Hello Internet, my name is Max7238 and welcome back to the Tower of Purgatory. This is our third floor of our second run of the tower. Just got finished fighting both Mars and Lycan. I really would like to see the katakana again for their names, but again, I don't have the trailer unlocked, so... Because the katakana would help me figure out how the heck I'm supposed to be pronouncing their names correctly in English. Hey, thanks for helping me fill up that overkill meter. Random stranger. Boy, I'm now going to murder anyway. Mainly because you just shoved your shotgun in my face and started pulling the trigger non-stop. Ah, excuse me. First generation shotgun. That might be worth looking into. Matter of fact, here, let's back up. Because I just got Liquid Cooler X, so I can replace my old Liquid Cooler. And I want to try out that shotgun. We're running into the new Plasma Cutter as well. Crimson Pulse. No, I'm not going to worry about it. It's a flamethrower, obviously. A higher heat attack than the last one. Let's give that shotgun a try. I know, as before, that shotguns mainly have an impact type, but they are partially bullet, and that thing's got a lot of power in it, so... Another melee type weapon. I was just trying to see if maybe it had some commentary on where it would be effective if you put it in a particular spot, like your head or your arms, just to see if I would need to show it off in a particular way. But that is a no. I'm going to keep trying to work on getting all of these all the way up to 5, and then I'll start working more on my heat resistances, because I believe the heat resistances only go up to 3,000. So once we hit that, we don't have to worry about heat resistance anymore. I did clear this first room already, just so I can actually get some decent starting point. I don't need that. I didn't mean to pick that up. So let's see about this shotgun. If I could actually get a hit off with it. Oh, it does decent damage. With that drill punch. Now that guy's definitely from the second run. Wow. It's just, his health was just decimated. I usually underestimate the single shot bullet weapons, like, for example, the T2 Armor Buster that I'm using right now. Oh, that guy had a howitzer. I would like that howitzer. Actually, I would like anything that was more than single shot right now. I can do that too. Alright, let's keep moving around the outside here. Oh, there. So, that whole AI conversation. Let's see. This is not particularly a spoiler, because you can see it in the opening cutscene of Rengoku 2, which I will not be putting up on my channel, unlike the stuff for Rengoku 1. Yes, I am biased, and I'm not going to apologize for it. In the opening cutscene of Rengoku 1, you can clearly see that there was some kind of human experimentation in creating these androids. At the very least, in the canon of Rengoku 2. I don't know about Rengoku 1. It's never definitive in this game. But that being said, you have to wonder at a few things. How does a company get around the ethics, I guess you would say, of experimenting on humans in such a way as to make them into non-humans? I mean, they're androids now. They're objects. As of this day and age, as of the laws right now, as of the mentality of society right now, these are objects. Fighting objects, yes, but they're weapons. Like, they don't have any rights, they don't have any real consciousness, they're not human. So that means that if you were to actually truly do this, really place humans in this kind of a situation, they just lost all of their humanity. How is a human rights movement going to justify that? Where are you going to get all of the evidence and everything, and how are you going to prove that these are real people inside these things? And if you can prove that they're real people inside these things, then what kind of ethical implications does that have for death of these things? Or having these things actually kill somebody? Ooh, okay, needle gun. So let's start there. In my fanfiction, which I'm not going to say you should read, I'll go over it here. I basically started off with saying that the main character, because I do kind of fuse Rengoku 1 and 2, that the main character, in essence, saves the CEO of the company that is currently trying to develop these things. It was the only thing that I could think of that would link him in such a way as to allow his body to be accepted by an ethical community, while at the same time linking him to the company in some kind of a moral fashion. Okay, I get it, you have a needle cannon. Get out of here. So he saves the CEO of this company, puts himself in harm's way, risks his life, and essentially is about to die. There's no way to save him other than to transfer his consciousness. So they do. When they do, obviously there would be a lot of disorientation, and I really downplay the disorientation in the fanfiction. I mean, there's a lot of things that your brain does for your body that you really don't think about. And actually my girlfriend brought up a really good example, and I would like to start with it, and that is, have you ever considered how many things you've forgotten? Like, really, think about the way that your brain handles your memories. Can you remember exactly what it was like to sit and take a shower a week ago? Or maybe, I don't know, what you did when you woke up 3 months ago? Exactly, from today? I bet even if you sat down and meditated on it, you couldn't. Even if you took a nap, and, you know, you woke up and that was the first thing you thought of, you're never going to be able to remember those things. So, you've lost memories. Where did they go? Well, your brain cleaned them up, because it found out that, hey, nothing really important happened during this time. And look at that, I died. Nothing really important happened during this time, so therefore I don't need these memories. And they were just automatically erased. You didn't have to think about it, you didn't have to do anything, your brain did it all for you. If you're transferred into an android, and you suddenly have control over everything that happens to you, including the formation of your body, you have to deal with all of those memories. You're going to have a memory threshold. You're going to have a limit to how much data you can hold. And the amount of input that the human brain deals with... I just walked out of there without any weapons. the amount of input that the human brain deals with and the amount of input that an android with enhanced senses would deal with are likely on a very different scale. And that has a lot of implications for what your memory does, and what your body does with those memories. So, can you really sit there and imagine what it must be like to have to sit down and decide what parts of your memory to rip out today, to avoid hitting that memory threshold? Because you will inevitably hit that threshold if you don't do some kind of management. It's something that could really threaten your sanity. And if you don't agree, then maybe you should try it for yourself. I do admit that there's no way we can know any of this stuff for sure, but it's certainly a very good point to be made. And that's just one part to the argument. So let's say that that's okay. Let's say that somehow the company that made these things somehow made a system that allows them to function like the human brain in that one respect. Right? Let's say that these things function just like humans in that they can automatically erase their memories. Hey look, yeah, this is something else that I know here. Let's leave him for last, actually. Yeah, okay, I get it. You have my pistol. Get out of here. Or not my pistol, the auto rifle. Okay, wow, I'm going to kill me. I was going to try to point out the fact that that was me from the last time. That room is just tearing me apart. It's my electronic defense, I know it. But okay, so the memory thing aside, how about the formation of your body? These things appear to be made of cells that are basically like living metal. They are responsible for the formation of their body, yes? They can be split. Things can fall off of them. If you've seen the opening cutscene, you know this to be true. So if that's the case, why can't they make clones of themselves? Or let's assume that they can. What implications does that have about your mind? What happens when those fuse back together? Let's say, I don't know, one of the enemies in here has a plasma sword. And just like in the opening cutscene, he slices you in half. But you're not dead, right? Like, somehow you're still alive, somehow you're still functional. And your lower body crawls over to your upper body, and you grab onto your legs, and you pull yourself together. Now you can probably see why I don't like the needle shower. So, you've pulled yourself together. You just had a clone out. Now you've got 2 sets of memories from the exact same time frame. Heck, you probably even saw yourself while you were cloned. What does that mean for your memories? Or what does that mean for your perception? How does your perception change when your head melts into your legs, travels up your legs, and reforms up the top of your body? There's a lot of things that go on with that you know, we can't really consider because we can't do it. We've never gone through something like that before, and as of right now, we feasibly never will. This just isn't the kind of world where something like that can happen yet. I think it's kind of funny that I can use these guys against each other, because they can damage each other. Kind of a cheap move, but it's working. Especially since they're just spamming the crap out of these beta plasma cutters at me. And they do a ton of damage. Anyway, I'm gonna have to cut this episode off here. I do only have the 1 room left. I don't know. I'm having to head back to the main room multiple times because I'm getting torn apart. It's a new kind of game once you make the 2nd run, as I'm sure you are now aware. Alright. Let's go with this for now. I will at least attempt the boss before I cut off the episode. We're already 3 minutes over. It's not exactly a requirement or anything, it's just I would rather... keep it below the 15-minute mark. I have to recognize that that's just not going to happen at this point. I mean, you know, I say that, and I try to do that so that I don't, you know, bore anybody or anything like that, but then I just was sitting down earlier at work while it was slow, watching, like, 20-minute episodes of Squiiddish playing Dark Souls, because his Derp Souls playthrough is incredible. Best blind playthrough of Dark Souls I've ever seen. Hey, thanks for clearing the way for me there, bud. Now, I can just get past these boxes, and there we go. Okay. Right door, right door. Whoa, look at this. Here's a room we haven't seen yet. Alright, now let's use these needle guns just like I would my heavy machine gun. They're very powerful. But I've already lost 17% of my heat. My liquid coolant? That's unacceptable for 3 attacks. Look at that. And they're not very ammo efficient. Well, I suppose they are ammo efficient because they do a ton of damage. Are there 3 guys in here at the same time? Are we finally to that point? I was expecting that halfway, like, through the last playthrough. Well, not the last playthrough, but the last run through the tower, and it just never happened. And I figured, oh, well, maybe I'm just remembering that from Rengoku 2. It's just my mistake. But no, I didn't remember incorrectly. That's exactly what's going on here. I'm just trying to find an energy boost here before I keep moving because... There we go. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to be running around defenseless this far into the game. And I do have a decent setup here for now that I would like to keep with me, so I don't want to make any kind of dumb decisions and lose it. I mean, I realize I lost a bunch of stuff in that other room, but I'm really not worried about it because I haven't run into any of the new things that I want yet anyway. And I can make do. I'm really not overly concerned with, well, I shouldn't say overly concerned. I'm not overly attached to anything that I've got right now. Did I forget to sort that in, or did I just actually get another liquid coolant? I didn't notice. Anyway, I'm going to save the game here. And we'll give an attempt to the boss, and if it works, great. If not, either way, I'll cut the episode. Yeah, I remember you. Didn't we, like, one-shot you? Oh! Yeah, right, this happens. Poor Minos. If I remember correctly, Minos was the guy who just wanted it all to end. He was just sick and tired of being here. So, I guess, you know, Deucalion said, oh, okay, sick of being here, we'll wish granted. Yeah, look at these things. They're insanely strong. Oh, there we go. Another advanced repair system. Well, I can't say I didn't expect that, but at the same time, I'm at least happy that it went down like that. So, yeah, Deucalion wasn't kidding when he said at the end of the first run that he can control us, because he can choose to control us. It's just that, for the most part, he doesn't, and why he doesn't at several points, I think says a lot about his character, because that's the only kind of characterization that he has. But regardless, I'm gonna cut this episode here. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll pick this up on, what is this, floor 4? Yep, floor 4 next time. So thanks for sticking around.